On today's show, we've got all the details on the first episode of Batman: The Telltale Series.
Plus, we're counting down the days until Suicide Squad hits theaters, so get ready for DC All Access.
Hey guys, I'm Jason Inman.
And I'm Tiffany Smith. We scoured the internet with our Bat computer to find all of the DC news you need to know.
Dr. Harleen Quinzel is getting a fresh start with the release of Harley Quinn #1. In a news story arc called Die Laughing, Harley comes to Coney Island's rescue during a full-on zombie invasion. Try not to get trampled by an army of the undead in this week's issue #1.
Gotham's survival is at risk as the Caped Crusader searches for allies he can trust in Batman.
So Batman has met these two new superheroes, Gotham and Gotham Girl, and at first he was suspicious, at first he had his doubts, but the more he's investigated them, he's realized that they're people like him, but unlike him, they didn't have that traumatic experience because of Batman, because of what Batman did in 3, where he saved Gotham as a child. They grew up wanting to be the heroes of Gotham without the trauma of Batman. So he starts to trust these people, he starts to believe in them. And just at the point that Batman sort of has hope, in Batman 4, it all goes to hell.
You can do your own detective work in tomorrow's issue #4.
On the Vertigo side, shady deals and tenuous alliances highlight the grim realities of war in The Sheriff of Babylon, also written by Tom King.
So basically, we've built up to this moment for the whole series. Our 3 heroes have encountered this terrorist, Abu Rahim, and all of them have different motivations, and they decided to execute a capture operation against him. And it's going to be from a guy who's done some capture operations as close to real as I can make it. And you're going to see all that can go right and all that can go wrong.
Stay the course in The Sheriff of Babylon #9 starting tomorrow.
Anticipation has been building for over a year now, and we are just days away from the Suicide Squad's official theatrical release. Task Force X is on a mission to burn up the charts on opening weekend with an action-packed adventure starring your new favorite anti-heroes. Don't miss the movie that everyone is going to be talking about starting this Friday.
The first episode of Batman: The Telltale Series is out now. And for today's featured story, we have Troy Baker, the voice of Batman, here to shine some light on episode 1, Realm of Shadows.
The unique thing obviously Telltale does is they put the control to the player and say, okay, what would you have done differently? So I think the thing that I like most about this story and how it's different is that it's really focusing, it's almost as much of a Bruce Wayne story as it is a Batman story. Bruce Wayne is just more that centered, very focused guy. It's kind of just me trying to be really, really cool and have a lot of money. Batman is the ends justify the means and is the not the first response, but he's the last response to me. I think that what we're trying to set up is that Bruce Wayne really does want to find a way to tackle problems without just all the gadgets and everything else that makes him Batman. And so this is kind of one of the ways we do it.
Now, Troy, tell us a little bit about the action mechanics of Batman: The Telltale Series.
Well, I mean, obviously Batman is an action franchise, so we don't want to just strip it down to one element. We want to give the player as much of the experience as we can, so there's going to be a lot of action in this. And what's really cool to me about this is that it's kind of the stakes get higher because all of the action is going to relate to the choices that you've made. So it's not just this really cool mechanic, and let's be honest, everything that we saw like Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, Arkham Knight, those were really heavily well-executed action games. So we're not going to try to compete with that. We're not going to make this try to be a fighter game. But there's obviously huge action sequences. There's huge set pieces that we've built for this. So it's going to feel like it fits right into every other kind of Batman experience that you've had. But again, the stakes are higher because all of the action you're going to experience is going to be directly tied to the decisions that you've made.
Nice.
Panel of the week, will you accept this rose?
Before we go, we've got a limited edition Batman the Killing Joke poster to give away to one of you.
For your chance to win, make sure you click subscribe and then leave a YouTube comment telling us your favorite panel from last week's DC Comics.
In order to be eligible, your comment must include the hashtag MyDCAA sweepstakes entry. And also, you have to be a subscriber, so make sure you click that big red subscribe button.
Click that button and we'll see you tomorrow.